Let's talk about the future. Not just the gadgets and flying cars we imagine, but something even more essential: what we'll actually be eating. The food on our plates is changing, and it's not just about taste or trends, it's about survival, sustainability, and feeding a growing world. Our planet's population is booming, and traditional farming, cows, pigs, chickens, uses up a ton of land, water, and resources. These methods are straining the environment, contributing to deforestation, greenhouse gases, and water shortages. Feeding everyone is getting tougher, so innovators are searching for new, sustainable protein sources. Enter insects. They might seem unusual, but they could be the answer to some of our biggest food challenges. For many, eating bugs sounds like a dare, but in much of the world, insects are a normal, nutritious part of the diet. Over 2 billion people already eat them regularly. They're packed with protein, vitamins and minerals, and they grow fast with minimal resources. Compared to livestock, insects need far less feed, water, and space. Farming insects isn't about sprawling ranches. It's trays in climate-controlled rooms. This means we can produce more food in smaller spaces, even in cities. The next time you swat a fly, remember, you might be looking at the future of food. Insects could become a staple, not just a novelty. This isn't a novelty, it's a serious industry, with experts working to make bugs appealing and safe for everyone. They're developing recipes, improving flavors, and ensuring quality. Today, we're heading to South Korea to meet the people turning mealworms into a protein powerhouse. Here, innovation meets tradition in surprising ways. They're developing new techniques, ensuring safety, and reimagining what livestock means. Their work could change how the world thinks about food. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Raising insects takes dedication, precision, and a willingness to challenge old ideas. The search for future food is gritty, fascinating, and crucial for feeding billions. It's about finding solutions that work for people and the planet. So, let's dig into the world of edible insects. From farm to table, there's a lot to discover, and maybe even taste. It's time to see how a tiny, wiggling worm could help feed the world. Ready? Let's go. What's a mealworm? You might picture a squirmy little creature, but there's more to this insect than meets the eye. It's not actually a worm. It's the larval stage of the darkling beetle, a fascinating insect with a unique life cycle. You've probably seen them in pet stores, wriggling in containers, or maybe even found a few in your pantry. But mealworms are much more than just bird food or reptile snacks. Mealworms are nature's recyclers, munching on decaying matter, leftover grains, and even some plastics, turning waste into high-quality protein and valuable nutrients. Ounce for ounce, they rival beef in protein content, but require a fraction of the land and water, and produce almost no greenhouse gases. That makes them a powerful alternative for a planet under pressure. You can farm thousands in a small space, perfect for urban agriculture, rooftop gardens, or even your own kitchen. Eating insects, or entomophagy, is ancient and still common across Africa, Asia, and Latin America, where insects are celebrated as delicacies and everyday snacks. Our ancestors knew a good thing when they saw it. Insects were a reliable, nutritious food source, long before modern farming. Somewhere along the way, we just got picky. Now, as we search for smarter, more sustainable ways to feed ourselves, we're rediscovering this ancient wisdom and giving it a modern twist. Mealworms have a mild, nutty flavor. Think of them as a gateway bug for the curious eater, easy to try and surprisingly tasty. They're moving from pet food to people food, showing up in protein bars, snacks, and even gourmet dishes. That's a big shift in how we think about food. It's about rethinking food, farming, and our relationship with the planet, embracing new ideas for a healthier future. Quietly, mealworms turn grain and organic scraps into protein. No mooing or clucking required, just silent, efficient work. Across the world, dedicated farmers are raising these tiny powerhouses, helping to build a more sustainable food system. The payoff? A sustainable, efficient protein source for the future. One that could help feed a growing population. The humble mealworm is ready for its promotion to the big leagues of food. Let's take a closer look at how mealworms are farmed and prepared for the table. In the hills of Damyanggun, South Korea, there's a farm with no cows or chickens, just millions of mealworms. This is OMO F&B, a company pioneering insect agriculture. Their brand, Omopro, is all about protein, clean, safe, and sustainable. The facility is state-of-the-art rows of stacked trays, each a mini ecosystem. The air is warm and humid, perfect for mealworms to thrive. The team monitors temperature, humidity, and feed, ensuring optimal growth. It's not a backyard experiment, it's a precise, scientific operation. These farmers know the mealworm life cycle inside and out. They've refined the process to raise the healthiest, highest quality insects. No fields, no barns, just innovation and dedication. This is the front line of a food revolution. Their crop has 6 legs and an exoskeleton, but it could help feed the world. Welcome to the future of farming. Every mealworm's journey starts as a tiny egg, laid by adult beetles in wheat bran. The OMO-F&B team carefully manages these breeding trays, ensuring healthy, productive beetles. After a week or two, the eggs hatch into minuscule larvae, barely visible, but hungry. They burrow into the bran, eating constantly in a specially controlled nursery. Temperature and humidity are monitored for optimal growth. In a month, they transform from specks to half-inch golden brown worms. The sound of millions of tiny mouths fills the room, a soft, constant rustle. Farmers provide fresh bran and moisture like cabbage or carrot slices. After 2 months, the mealworms are fully grown, plump with protein and healthy fats. The entire process, from egg to harvest, takes just 60 days. It's fast, efficient, and produces a massive amount of protein in a small space. The journey from speck to snack is almost complete. Mealworms grow by shedding their exoskeleton, a process called molting. They do this up to 20 times in 2 months, each time emerging a bit bigger. When ready to molt, a mealworm becomes still, then wriggles out of its old skin. The new exoskeleton hardens quickly, turning golden brown. Trays are filled with empty, paper-thin skins, a sign of healthy growth. This relentless cycle is nature's assembly line, turning tiny larvae into protein-rich food. The molting marathon is a key part of their rapid development. Farmers watch for these signs, knowing each shed skin means progress. The exoskeletons are made of chitin, a natural fiber. It's a dirty detail, but crucial for a thriving farm. Millions of mealworms, all growing fast, ready for harvest. After 2 months, it's harvest day. Farmers separate mealworms from their bedding using mechanical sifters. The leftover bran and frass become nutrient-rich fertilizer. Nothing goes to waste. The wriggling harvest is sorted for quality. Only the best make it to the next stage. Uniformity and purity are key for a premium product. The mealworms are still alive at this point, ready for cleaning and sterilization. This is the critical transition from farm to food. OMO-F&B's system ensures massive harvest with top hygiene standards. It's a dirty job, done in a very clean way. The bridge between farm and dinner plate is built on precision. Next up, making them safe to eat. Harvested mealworms go through a 2-stage process, cleaning and heat treatment. First, they're rinsed to remove dust and debris. Then they're heated at over 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Celsius, for more than 3 hours. This sterilizes the mealworms, killing bacteria and pathogens, just like pasteurizing milk. The heat also dries them, giving a crunchy texture and long shelf life. No moisture means no spoilage, perfect for storage and shipping. The result, a light, crispy, nutrient-dense snack. The nutty savory flavor intensifies during drying. OMO-F&B's process ensures every batch is safe and high quality. From egg to oven, every step is managed with care. The dirty job of raising bugs ends with a clean, healthy food. Now they're ready for the world. Dried mealworms are packaged in airtight bags, branded with OMO-Pro and clear nutrition info. Most are sold online in South Korea, delivered straight to customers' doors. OMO-F&B makes edible insects accessible to everyone, not just specialty stores. But their ambition goes global. They export to the United States, meeting strict safety standards. A mealworm from Damyanggun can end up in an American kitchen. It's a testament to quality and the growing demand for sustainable protein. Our food systems are more connected than ever. OMO-F&B is a local farm with international reach. They're bringing the future of food to tables around the world. The journey from farm to fork is just beginning. We've followed the journey from egg to crunchy snack, watching how mealworms are carefully raised, harvested, and transformed into something entirely new. Now, the big question, are you ready to try one? It might seem like a leap, but curiosity is the first step to discovery. For many, eating insects is still strange, even a little intimidating. It's a new experience for most of us, and that's perfectly normal. But the case for mealworms is strong. They're protein-packed, efficient to farm, and offer a sustainable alternative to traditional animal protein. Their environmental footprint is tiny compared to beef or chicken, using less land, water, and producing minimal waste. Companies like OMO F&B are making edible insects safe, clean, and accessible, so you can try them with confidence. You don't have to eat them by the handful. Just a taste can open your mind to new flavors and possibilities. Think of them as a new ingredient ready to be explored in your kitchen, whether you're a chef or just curious at home. Dried mealworms have a nutty, savory flavor like toasted seeds or crispy chickpeas, surprisingly familiar, yet excitingly different. They can be ground into powder for smoothies, adding a protein boost without changing the taste much. Or try them in baked goods, sauces, sprinkled on salads, or mixed into granola. The possibilities are endless, and only limited by your imagination. The future of food will be a mix of solutions, blending tradition with innovation to feed a growing world. Insects will play a role, offering nutrition and sustainability in every bite. Next time you see edible insects at the store or on a menu, take a moment to consider their story. Remember the journey they took, the farmers, the science, and the innovation behind every crunchy bite, and think about the potential for our planet as we search for ways to eat well and tread lightly on the earth. The future of food might just be a little bit crunchy. It's a dirty job, changing how we eat, but someone's gotta do it. Maybe that someone is you, ready to take the first bite into a more sustainable future.